Hey everybody, it's Maiden. Good morning. It is Friday, August 31st. I can't believe it's Friday. This week went by so fast, you guys. I don't even know what happened. So I spent one full day, I know, crying. And it's just been a very intense week with the passing away of Senator John McCain and Aretha Franklin. And there's more fatalities happening here in New Mexico. There was a bus crash with a Greyhound, and there's just so much going on, and to absorb the losses of life and energy of these two very empowering people. It has really brought me to a place inside of just very deep humility before God, to understand God's heart for these people and their families in America, because we're all in this together. Everybody's playing, people can say, well, they're just playing the part. Well, there's part of playing the part that is a part, that is your part, which is the key to all of us being genuine in who we really are, not the fake version of us, unless we're actors or actresses. Then that's your job, to play your part, to play your part well. But all of us are required to play the real part of who we are, just deep inside, being at peace with yourself, with God, with your country, and having this excellence drive you in your life, and about you, and you doing your best. Okay? There is an option we have all over the world right now. All over the world, there is an option this entire world has right now, and that is to go on a war fast, which means that we don't go to war anymore, and we clean up these war books and war debts, and we get on a higher page thinking all over the world in our economics, and we develop our armies, because you're going to need your armies. Every country in the world has a need to secure their own lands, okay? Because the earth is just sitting in the middle of this huge universe, and the world needs to be able, the earth rather, needs to be able to protect herself. And what this earth, not the world, but the earth is not the world. The earth is just one planet. So all of the interest of this planet Earth is one interest: to keep this earth safe and loved and blessed by God. Now, the best way we can do that is to stop fighting. Stop fighting, and Jesus really did show us we can do it, okay? So what we need to do is come to a truce, a world truce, a war truce. And what we're going to do during that war truce is go through all of the books of all the different wars, understand the negativity, and turn that into a positivity, actual bonds of value, of redemption. And the basis of that is the treaty itself, the World Treaty. Now, what's going to happen if we don't do war, and how are you going to be able to practice for any other kind of war or threat that might come out of outer space or whatever? Another place could come against the earth. We are going to develop our Space Force, and that is going to be exciting with NASA. And we are going to redesign our transportation sectors. So we're going to have ground level, we're going to have above ground level, right over this, probably the highest skyscrapers. Those would be the new levels. And those are going to be low flying pods and different high speed stuff. And that's going to be really fun and really exciting. And then above that, the next is our commercial flight zones that we have now. And then above that is what we already have now, where we have space shuttles and stuff going out. So it's going to be exciting. Also, what's going to happen is the building, the house building, it's going to change inside of its mentality and become a lot more exciting with design. That's why everybody wants to go to Disneyland, is because they have such great design, cohesive communities that are really, really cool ideas. And so that is part and parcel to the vision of America being just a super gateway to understanding how to develop your life, playing this in this way of pay to play, because every game you have to pay to play the game. Every country you go to, you got to pay to play their game. Every country all over the world, wherever you show up, you're having to pay to play the game. If you're getting a car, you're paying for the car to take you down the road, and that is the automotive sector. So, all I do is articulate. People can say, you use too many words, you're too whatever. I'm just explaining what God has put on my heart to explain and make it extremely simple, because a lot of it isn't simple for people. And you got to try to really understand that this is God's heart, that the whole earth is at peace, one unto another. And we really do share a common bond vision to build up our own countries, to maximize all of our natural resources, to maximize trade, to maximize getting along, to maximize perpetuity, which is our founding fathers' vision in America, which was, is kind of ironic because they were attacking the very Native Americans that are going to be carrying the deepest perpetuity, and they were all about perpetuity. So we go back in time during this treaty time of war. It's a war fast, and it's fabulous because we get to actually go into like the old portfolios, and we look at those wars that were there, and we see everything that's happened detailed, like the museum in Washington regarding the Black African American journey of slavery, how they've articulated that and how you can go in there and see it all. Well, this is the same. We need one for Vietnam. We need one for the up at the Los Alamos National Lab. They would be perfect to put together a monument, really, not of it was a total loss. What we gained was the knowledge of understanding the power of the nuclear bomb. But in that place that we've learned the power that God has given us, the true response is humility. It's to say, wow, I really have the power to do this, and I'm not going to do it. That is got intense power with God. That is what Jesus Christ did on the cross. Is he carried his cross when he had the power to call all of the angels, the Bible says, to come and fight this spirit that put him on the cross, all of this iniquity and all of this self-will and self-serving that not just America can get into, but any country can get into, and just push God aside. And God is saying, this is not the time for that. Okay, this is the time to show everyone, number one, we're all brothers and sisters here. Scientifically proven, our DNAs are different. Everyone's different, but which is fabulous. But we all come from a human race. Okay, the human race is our family, and it's this system that's kind of got the way that it was approached, the way that the country was built, from the whole story from the bottom up has got tremendous adversity, overcome until where we are right now. And we're all victors, okay? For America having made it, everybody all over the world is a victor for that. So if all over the world, any country all over the world, all over the earth, is making it, and they're feeling strong inside of themselves, and their own economy is doing well, and their own backyard is doing really good. We all should be happy for that country. Okay, we should all be celebrating countries that are making it, and countries that aren't making it because of the oppressive structure model from the Rothschilds through the banking, through the Federal Reserve, to all over the world. Yeah, that if we can get Rothschild to have a seat and understand that he cannot fake his legacy. You can't buy your seat in heaven, and you can't fake your legacy. You can pretend pretty much your whole life through and convince everybody and yourself that you're wonderful, but the real true test is standing before God. And it is better to have nothing all your life and stand before God and make heaven your home than to have the whole world and lose your soul. So I am calling out to those that are powerful always to please meditate upon the truth, because you have tremendous power to change courses, whole huge courses of destruction, into pathways of freedom and wonderful love and care. Okay? So here we have this week two different people from two completely different walks of life. And one is white, one is black, one is male, one is female. You can see the journey of one and you can see the journey of the other. The journey of the soldier is 3 generations, and his life alone represents 60 years. He's left behind 7 children, 2 of which are already in the military. So we are looking at a very prestigious McCain family, and John McCain representing his grandfather, his father, himself, and then he's leaving us his children. Some of his closest friends have that same investment. Joe Biden, a very similar investment, the same disease that took his son. And then the Kennedys, which are not there, but on behalf and honor of Caroline Kennedy, who is very much alive and serving our country as an ambassador in Japan. I just want to say that Ted Kennedy is a very powerful inspiration in John McCain. He also shared the same disease, and this is another forensics study that I can bring up later. But this is also part and parcel to the sacrifice here. And so I wrote a song for John McCain, and it really is, here in New Mexico, we have Native American tribal nations, and the Native Americans served our country. Okay, they were the code talkers. And they were the ones that actually won the war, that got very little acknowledgement for that. Then, in fact, after the war was over, they arrested all of the Native Americans and put them back on the reservation. So it was a travesty, really, how they were treated. At any rate, here in New Mexico, in the Memorial Cemetery, there's a whole corner to the unknown soldier. There's all kinds of headstones that just say unknown soldier. And it breaks your heart when you go there. And I spend time there because it helps me hear God's voice. And he tells me that there are no unknown soldiers in heaven. That every single one of these soldiers that are in the cemetery that have a headstone that says unknown soldier, that God knows exactly who they are, exactly how they lived their life, exactly how they signed up to serve this country, and exactly how they were treated, and exactly how they were honored, and exactly how did they even lose their name. This is part of the accountability of the highest ranking administrators of our militaries. All of these unknown soldier graves, this is a dishonor. And so God is saying, my standard and my bar, my plumb line, my alignment with honor is very, very real. God is all about it. And it's to the unknown soldier of not just the military, but every single sector that a person will go into and give their life to in the service of our country. Okay, and in the place where they're not hurting themselves or hurting others. And that is a very important disclaimer. Okay, you can get involved with a lot of things and say I'm serving my country by being a prostitute. Okay, that is up for question and debate, because are you hurting yourself? Yes, you are. The Bible says you are. And are you hurting your country? Are you hurting the person that you're, whatever? Um, yeah, you are, because you're not showing them a relationship of honor, okay? Because you're not honoring yourself. That's where it always starts, with ourselves. So I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm trying to tell you the truth, sweetie pie. You have great value and great honor to have in your life, but you have to understand, you got to line yourself up with the truth that God is your creator and you are a divine creation with God. And these are some people that have passed away this week that are incredible about overcoming. So we have the John McCain family there, and then we have the Franklin family, who is representing, I don't even know if she knows this or not, but our Franklin perpetuity was established in the Delaware with our Franklin president. And so this is not just one president, but this perpetuity of Franklin is very prestigious, and she walked in that name. And then she carried herself. She was pregnant as a preteen. She wasn't even a teenager. She got pregnant as a preteen, and she became a mother early on, and then she just carried her cross, really literally. And it's just an amazing testimony. If you can get a biography on her, Aretha Franklin, anybody studying her will feel inspired to never quit again, to get back up, to open your mouth, to go to church, to let God come into your spirit through the Holy Spirit, which God is the one who gave her when we have a voice that sings, and you see it and you go, oh, they have a nice voice. Usually it's God. I'm just trying to say, usually I give God all the glory for the voices, and I give God all the glory for Whitney Houston's voice, this whole family's voice. They were raised in church. God is saying, there's a song that is about how I can sing it too. Okay, but I just tried to say that there is a gift from God of our voice to speak, of our voice to sing, of our voice to preach, of our voice to teach, of our voice to come forward and just stand and man up or woman up and say, I knew this person and this person was fabulous. Or if you didn't even know them, but they inspired you or you studied them, that gives you a place to speak. Okay. So I wrote this song for John McCain, but it's really, it is about John McCain and his leadership. But we all must still pray for this family, because he was involved in so much that a lot of people don't even know, confidential stuff. And we just need to believe God, because when the person passes away, there's dead men tell no tales, so there's nothing there to really transfer unless he had it on paper or what. But still, the consequences and different things keep happening, even though he's not here and his decision-making isn't here, and maybe even his will to fulfill everything that he had going on. We don't know, and that goes all the way back into the Vietnam POW MIA. So that is where the investment really needs to go when it comes to John McCain's life, is to create these pathways of getting out any prisoners of war from other lands, to bring them home and understand what's happened here. Okay. Hallelujah. Oh, 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 May we take this time to reflect one and one, look back, recall the memories and steady and strong. Let us still our spirits, let us calm our souls, and match the pace of McCain, the gait of McCain, the pace of McCain. Let's remember together, let's take just a few moments and remember our friend. Let us take just a few moments, remembrance of the pace. May we remember the strong and his strength to carry on. May we memorize the pride without arrogance. In fact, may we honor, oh, the gravity of mindfulness, foretelling, understanding detail, hiding in the little print, hiding where you cannot see. Oh, may we honor his gravity, mindfulness of all of our founding fathers till today, to this very day. Oh, now it's John McCain, America's very own, America's family. You are our own. Fought to carry on till he came home that day. He was captured. Yes, it was John McCain. He was tortured. He was humbled. He was broken in body till his last breath. He gathered himself, pulled together, yes, but he pressed in to not quit, make his way home again, remained till the enemy let everyone come home. He remained till the last he could, bringing everyone home again. He is America's very own, one of our own, majesty, majesty families. I am inspired, what I've learned from you. I am in awe at how you not be fashioned or contrived, but time tells the truth over all. Soldiers' freedom, soldiers' honor, of our country's love cannot be faked or contrived. Oh, soldiers' freedom, oh, soldiers' honor, soldiers' refuge, as you rest now, God's great love for you. John McCain, the family of John McCain, of the United States of America, we will hold you close to God as now, alongside with our angels. Oh, the might of the whole, we will stand and look up, look for your voice, your advice on the matter. We will find in your records to understand how to stand, never quit and pressing in to understand the strength of the strong, to understand how to have pride in our service without arrogance. Oh, we will understand as we seek you on the matter, the gravity you held in the mindfulness, what you cannot see, we will understand as we seek you in the matter. We will be reminded again of your pace of remembrance. Soldiers' freedom, soldiers' honor cannot be faked, cannot be contrived. Oh, soldiers' freedom, soldiers' honor, soldiers' refuge, to rest in peace cannot be contrived. Must be genuinely you. Oh yes, have the courage to tell the truth. We will miss you, shining face. We will miss you, that quintessential smile. We will miss you, the shining of American face, God's anointing of leadership, of excellence on your family. Generations, leadership and service, our great military of America should be proud. Carry that spirit, courage, power and strength. You carry that courage without arrogance. Courage reached out to those who were weak. Oh, your courage reached out even to your enemies. May we take this time in reflection of argument, debate and mindfulness, to that gravity of the matter, to that remembrance of pride without arrogance, to all the strong soldiers walk in his strength of service, service to America, service, service to this great country. So I am just in awe at this whole thing that's going on. And, you know, death has a way of really making people understand. I mean, I still really have a hard time with a lot of the people that have passed away, realizing they're not here. And I'm always saying, it seems like every day I'm saying, I miss them, I miss them, I miss them, you know. So the best thing we can do when we miss someone and we didn't even really know them, I tried to get with John McCain. I never was able to break past the barriers of, you know, the prestige of his life and be one of the people he was able to talk to. But I needed him in a big way, as I did President Obama, as I do President Trump. So I just want to say, if you are one of those that pressed in to know him, to be close to him, to touch him, and you never did get to, God wants you to learn from their life and don't disrespect the process of your disappointment, like my disappointment, and really understand what this was about. And when you look deeper and study this deeper into John McCain, you will find this amazing dynasty family. Okay, now this is another dynasty family, Aretha Franklin's family. And John McCain's is the Anglo. This is the, probably go back and find John McCain's family were probably slave owners, okay? And Aretha Franklin's family were probably slaves. But you had President Clinton right up front, sitting right next to the pastor's podium there, honoring Aretha Franklin. So we've got, you know, and then, you know, what God is really showing me is that we have all of the ingredients to bake the cake of peace, okay? We have all of the ingredients for all over the world. And if your own country is divided because of two colors, the Republicans and the Democrats, God is saying you're one family. We wouldn't be anything without the Democrats. We wouldn't be anything without the Republicans. So come together and understand we need each other. We need everybody's voice. We need everybody's participation. We need everybody's contribution as a family. So my party as a presidential candidate is the two parties together. And if you go back and look at our presidents, there was different presidents that were of the Republican Democratic Party, so that there's a unity. It's a unity party, okay? So these are the two songs that I did for Aretha. And it's interesting because I didn't know her either, personally. But I was very poor growing up, and it was really the music that was being freely given on the radio, and that's why radio and television are very important, to stay free, so that and you can actually become a shareholder of every television station you watch, of every program you watch. And that really is the reciprocity of care, is when you open up this equal footing and contract, so that everything I do, I put it out there. And if you like it, then we are immediately, if you don't like it, then you don't need to watch. But if you do like it, and it is resonating with you in a positive way, then there should be a way there that I can reach to you and you can reach to me. We can bond together throughout our lives. That is true, okay? Because right now that's what the internet is the internet is doing all of that. Okay. everywhere, everywhere, you are there. Everywhere, everywhere, you are there. Everywhere, everywhere, you have left your breath of blessing. Everywhere, everywhere, Aretha, you are there. Now you are in heaven, I know. Now before God's holy throne. Now you are healed. Now you are made whole. My sister Aretha, oh, you have overcome the mountains of spiritual battles. Oh, battles not to rise. You overcome enormous tides, flows that try to defeat your soul and keep you silent, keep you down, not let you rise. But you gathered your courage and you gathered your pride. You gathered your courage, your dignity and worth, your determination deep inside, deep down inside, to rise, to sing your truth in song, just the way you do. Queen of soul, breathing her blessing everywhere, everywhere. Seemingly you are everywhere, 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 everywhere. I can hear you singing everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. You are there. Everywhere, everywhere, you have left your breath of blessing. Oh, Aretha, there you are, before God's holy throne. Oh, there you are, Aretha, you are healed and completely whole. Overcome mountains of spiritual battles not to rise. Oh, let the glory of your soul flow freely. You've overcome enormous tides, flows keep you, try to keep you defeat. Oh no, you gathered your courage, oh yes. You gathered your faith in God to rise. Oh, you gathered your dignity, empowerment, and worth. Oh, you gathered your determination from deep down inside to rise, yes, to rise up and sing. Oh, to rise in the destiny, giving God glory, rise to share the passion of your soul. And now you've left the world with your power. let it flow through your heart and mind and body and soul. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Open up your heart and sing if it's inside. One and all, let us sing the breath of our blessing. And then this other song I sang, I wrote after crying all day yesterday. I lost a whole day in this week. I thought today was Thursday. Turns out today is Friday. And I lost an entire day just absorbed in incredibly powerful outpouring of love for these two people and their families. Just everything they represented. So this is another song. Honey child, honey child, honey child, honey child. Know you're here, an angel. Know you're here. I'm sure of it that you are here. Looking at this outpouring of tears, honey child, honey child, honey child, Aretha, sure you are here, honey child, honey child, sister, Aretha now, you're an angel in heaven. Catch these tears, this outpouring of tears. Catch these songs, everyone is singing. Catch these tears, this outpouring of love all over the world. All you are, all you do, the tears that are falling are tears of love and joy. We're gonna miss you, sister, honey child, dear, because we're gonna feel that void within. But you've left us amazing spirit, rejoicing, yes. Everyone is with you here, my sister, yes. It's one of the greatest high fives you can have right now in heaven. Honey child, honey child, honey child. Sweetie pie, it's all about your song. You left this world with the glory of the Lord God. That was upon you is upon your song. Oh, the glory of the Lord God still upon your song. Legacy, my sister, honey child, listen here. Sweetie pie, I want you to know that legacy cannot be contrived. Legacy really never really lies. because time tells the truth over all other stories. Time reveals what is true. Time reveals a lie. Legacy stands forever when the love for you never dies, my sister, never dies at all. When the legacy stays alive from the love that we all have, yes, all have this love for you. We all have this care for you. We all have been become better because we know you. Oh, we all have this love for you. We all have this care for you. You left so much of your gift. So flows freely through your people, through your family, for all of the world can hear the breath of your blessing. Legacy cannot be contrived or beaten. Legacy really won't hold a lie, because time has a way of telling the truth. Time has a way of showing the light. Legacy will stand forever in your name. When the love for you never dies and stands the same. You, girl, my sister, honey child, sweetie pie, let me tell you, the glory of God still shines upon you, and your music will live on in the breath of your blessing. Music will live on in your breath, in your passion, in your quintessential will and way, quintessential will and way of everything you are. Oh, everything you are, oh yes. Aretha Franklin, Tia Aretha, honey child, know that you are here. I'm sure of that. Looking over all the earth at the outpouring of tears, I'm sure you're here. Honey child, I'm sure of that. You are now a heavenly angel overwatching, catching all these tears are falling. 'Cause we're gonna miss you, Queen of Soul, Aretha, gonna miss you, Queen of Soul. Fought to let that flow so deep down within you. We'll hold your passion in your love, in your generosity, of the glory of the Lord that's all upon you. Time reveals the truth, lets the lie go, and legacy will stand forever as the love for you is alive. you're here. Catch these tears that fall. All over the world will miss you. Catch the tears that fall. All over the world we're gonna miss you. Love you guys. Keep us all in your prayers. We're all here together, working together to bring this true freedom, true sovereignty, true leadership. God is bringing it all together in every sector, every sector. He's looking at our excellence in every sector. So thank you for everyone who went to her funeral and sang and just gave her that tribute. It was so awesome. I couldn't stop crying for either one of them, and I just want to thank you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.